at Black Diamond in West Toledo to talk with Zach Edwards again about our gardens. We're probably to that point in the season where people are starting to see some fruit growing on their plants, but also starting to see some problems with their plants too.
Yep, definitely seeing a lot of heat, humidity, and rain, which unfortunately leads to a lot of disease. But on something like a tomato plant, I'm not overly worried about it. The plant is going to continue to do what it needs to do. It's going to continue to flower, which means it'll fruit. You know, you just need to nurse it along. So a lot of the yellowing we're seeing on there is not unusual. You can pick, you know, entire branches off like that, especially if they're at the lower part of your plant. Obviously, people's plants at home that, that have been planted, around Mother's Day are much bigger, but the principle is still the same. Healthy green foliage like this is perfect. You don't need to do anything with that. But something like that, we just pick that off. You see a lesion on the stem right here. Not a whole lot you can do about that. The plant will continue to grow. This plant obviously already has fruit on it, so the plant is just going to continue to do what it needs to do. And what you don't want to do is overcorrect. You don't want to buy a bunch of products, start spraying, because that can lead to causing more issues to the plant. To the point where the plant might get so stressed out that it would stop producing.
It's confused and stressed. It's like, please, pump the brakes here.
So we let the plants, just like the cucumbers done at the raised garden beds, we let the plants tell us what's going on, and then we kind of act accordingly. So make sure we're always using our tomato tone. Put that down twice a month is the recommended rate. That's giving your calcium. That way your fruit, when it is time to ripen, will not rot on the bottom.
I've had that situation both in my home garden and even in our Good Day garden last year, where I started to see some of that on the bottom. I wasn't good about this last year.
And there's even a spray
on top of it.
Yep, there's another spray. That's called Blossom End Rot. There's a spray called Rot Stop that even if you've been doing this for whatever reason, if Mother Nature's working against you and you're still seeing a calcium deficiency, you can buy it in a liquid form, much more fast acting. So I mean, people have been growing tomatoes for a very long time. None of these issues are new. So they're just a situation where you just got to find the right product for the right problem. So, and if you're starting to see any bugs nibbling on your plants, this is a good organic gardening product that I like a lot. They actually discovered this product growing in the rum distilleries in the Caribbean. In their old rum barrels.
And as you said, a natural product, because I think a lot of times people, we see all these products out there and we don't know necessarily what we're spraying on our plants and our food.
Yes, I always like to pay attention to the fine print. Everything else is just packaging and branding to a certain extent. So yeah, this particular product has a pretty cool backstory. It turns out, when you make rum and you leave the barrel sitting around for a long time, it grows a bacteria that kills a lot of insects naturally, but that's pretty harmless to people.
How about that? As you said, tomatoes, we've been growing them for a really long time, so people have figured out.
Yep, absolutely. There's crawling insects, there's chewing insects, there's big tomato hornworms that'll freak people out here that you'll see, but that means that they like your plants, and you must be growing some pretty good plants, and this will keep them muffled.
And I think we talked a couple weeks ago too, just about maybe some animals that might be getting into people's gardens. Do you have any tricks of the trade for that?
Yeah, animals can be a little bit trickier. You almost have to take it on a case-by-case basis. Squirrels and groundhogs, things that are pretty tenacious, you have to, I usually tell people, match their tenacity. It could mean a physical fence around your garden. Certainly we sell a lot of sprays and repellents. I wish one, worked for everybody, but it seems to depend, on the garden. You can try a couple different ones and see which one works for you. Definitely always treat the perimeter of your garden. Don't just treat your plants. So down at the Good Day garden, we would treat a huge band on the ground around those raised garden beds. I wouldn't just spray the plants in the garden beds. You want the animal to smell that product and kind of have it masking the smell of your plants well before it gets close enough. It gets close enough, as close as you and I, it's just going to nibble on it.
Too late.
Yep, it's just going to hold its nose and take a bite.
So, that's a really great idea too, because you might just think, oh, I'll spray my plant. No, you gotta just want to keep them away altogether.
Yep, we found that to be much more effective.
Great ideas. So people, they may have unique individual problems with their gardens, and they've got questions for you. So do you recommend they come and maybe take a picture of something and come in and show you guys?
Absolutely. Yep. Everybody's got a camera in their pocket now. Pictures, say 1,000 words, and we've got a vast array of products in our little garden pharmacies at each of our locations to address almost everything you need. And we're not afraid to tell you to do nothing. If that's the best course of action, we don't have to sell you something. We're more than happy to tell you to just keep going how you're going.
And let's hope that's the case for most things. But if you are running into a situation, things are looking bad, you want to save your tomato plants or some of your other vegetable plants, you guys hopefully will have an answer for them.
Yep.
You got 3 locations now.
We do. Yep. Our original location here in West Toledo, our location in Perrysburg, and then our newest location in Waterville.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much for all your advice today. I got to keep up with the tomato tone, get that calcium going, and we want to see how your gardens are looking right now, so make sure you send us your pictures. Good Day. We'll be back right after this.